I think there's two aspects to it. I think firstly, this sort of ground we know is a six-hitting ground, so I think there's an understanding that when you break it down, we're looking for 6, 7 sixes in that back end, and we have the power there with Clausen. So I think whilst we know it's difficult, they're still optimistic. If you're at a big ground, then sometimes that maybe get away from you a little bit. But the fact that Clausen was there, what he's shown for a very long time now, that still remains some optimism. And then obviously get so close to actually have the game in hand. Obviously it'll be a frustrated group. I think it's difficult to leave out everyone. I think you can have that same question to every franchise. We're lucky that we have that quality of player, but the decision was around trying to complement the local batting and the local bowling rather than just being dominant in one area. So we thought the 2-2 split suited us better. It was a great innings, and I think I don't think we underestimated him, but the shots he played were fantastic and put the pressure back on us. And when you look at good T20 games or good T20 players, irrespective of the situation, they're able to put pressure straight back on the bowling team, and that's what he was able to do. Allowed, I forget who was at the other end, Salt to just play his game, and there was no pressure for him to take too many risks. And Ramandeep was a fantastic innings. I think it's simply that batsmen find him difficult to pick, and I think at night and the condition of the ball getting older and darker, you can't premeditate, you can't predict what he's going to bowl because of those variations. He has a good pace, he's incredibly accurate, and he asks questions the whole time. So I think he puts batsmen under pressure with their inability to pick him. I think just touched on it then that the Ramandeep's innings set up the platform for Russell. So that ability to keep making breakthroughs, basically. I think we understand in T20 cricket now that the only way to stop batsmen is through wickets, and our inability to get that wicket earlier in the piece, bring Russell out to play. Slight chance with Russell off McCandy, but if we get Russell out, then obviously the score looks differently. So all we have to do is challenge ourselves on our ability to take wickets. Marco Jansen at 8's pretty good depth, I think. So we're comfortable with the depth of our batting order. I think McCandy was pretty impressive for Sunrisers last year. So we view him as our first choice spinner. And then on this ground, with the nature of the KKR batters, who are obviously exceptional players with spin, we thought that the pace bowling option was better. So to bring Jansen in as our second overseas bowler to complement Natarajan, Cummins and Bhuvi, we thought was the right option. I think at this ground in particular, and how good the surface is, it's very tricky. Obviously he gives some chances and balls go in the air, but his power is second to none. So I think you have to challenge yourself on being perfect with the execution. And an environment like this up against the amazing batsman, that's incredibly difficult. And we put enough good balls together at times, but it wasn't for long enough periods. And because you can catch up so quickly, you feel under so much pressure. So I look at over the McCandy bowled. He bowled 3 great balls and 3 balls that were slightly over pitched, and he went for 18. And that's the genius of Russell, that you feel like you may have some control, but because of his power and skill, he can take the game away from you.